Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm your host, TheJuan&Only, and today we'll be taking a closer look at the brand new MacBook Air 15-inch with the M2 chip. A true powerhouse that combines performance, elegance, and most importantly, value. Priced at $1299, the MacBook Air 15-inch M2 offers an enticing proposition, making it a strong contender for the title of the best 15-inch laptop currently on the market. Similar to its younger brother, the new 15-inch MacBook inherits the powerful Apple M2 chip, an enlarged, stunning Liquid Retina display, and the sleek design elements introduced with the MacBook Pro line back in 2021. While it may not match the raw horsepower of the Pro laptops, the 15-inch MacBook Air delivers an impressive performance that satisfies the needs of most casual users. And despite its larger form, it remains remarkably lightweight and thin, surprisingly thin and lightweight, setting a new standard in portability. On top of all of this all-new machine boasts one of the best battery lives of any MacBook on Apple's current lineup. You can trust that this laptop will keep up with your demands, ensuring that you stay productive and entertained throughout the entire day. So guys, in today's video, we'll go over a quick unboxing as well as going over everything you need to know about this kick-ass new laptop. So without further ado, we got a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and get the show on the road. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. The box for the new MacBook Air 15-inch is very simple. It shows a side profile of the device showcasing just how extremely thin it is, while simultaneously saving Apple a ton of money on ink. Very sneaky Apple, but I'm gonna just roll with it. You can see the MagSafe port on the left, the two Thunderbolt ports, and of course, the small rubber feet that help stabilize the computer. On the top and bottom, we have color-matched MacBook Air branding. On the right and left is a color-matched Apple logo, and as usual, on the back is our configuration option, as well as our serial number information. For this review unit, I opted for the baseline silver option with 8GB of RAM and a 256GB SSD, which is in fact inferior to the larger configuration options. I'd say if you had to upgrade either of the two, definitely go for the storage, as Apple's onboard RAM is very efficient already, and by increasing your storage, you now have double or triple the storage, but that SSD should be a lot faster than this base configuration 256GB SSD. So now we have two pull tabs at the top and bottom, essentially removing the need for any plastic, which helps the planet in the long run. Good work, Apple. Upon removing the lid, we find our rather large MacBook shrouded in this frosted plastic. It's kind of weird seeing a MacBook Air this large, but we'll set that off to the side and dig deeper to find all the other contents of our box. At the bottom, we have a color-matched braided USB-C to MagSafe cable used to charge and sync our device. Apple's attention to detail is immaculate, so if you chose the midnight version, this cable would be midnight. Up top is our literature packet titled Designed by Apple in California, which houses this very short quick start guide, our warranty and information guide, and two large color-matched Apple stickers. It's nice to add this to my collection of hundreds of other Apple stickers. But what's new here is a 35-watt dual USB-C port compact power adapter. This is extremely versatile for times like, for example, while you're out on vacation, as you can charge your MacBook and say your iPhone simultaneously using one singular adapter. The only downside is the charging speed is of course reduced to 35 watts. At the time of purchase, you can opt for the standard 70-watt USB-C adapter at no extra charge. The choice really comes up to your preference. And now finally, coming back to the star of the show, we remove the frosted plastic, open up the lid, and there will be a protective film covering our front display. So simply remove that and the MacBook Air will start up automatically and will be ready for its initial setup process. Alright, let's now cover pricing and availability. The MacBook Air 15-inch M2 is available for purchase starting at $1,299 USD. It sounds like a lot, but trust me, this MacBook is worth every penny. And remember, this is the price for the base model. Compared to last year's 13-inch MacBook Air M2, the starting price of the 15-inch model represents a $100 increase. But now the smaller 13-inch variant now starts at an even more affordable $1099. The 15-inch MacBook Air offers a choice of 4 stunning colors, the same ones as the 13-inch: Midnight, Starlight, Silver, and Space Gray. The entry-level configuration boasts an Apple M2 chip with an 8-core CPU and a 10-core GPU, along with 8GB of unified memory and a 256GB SSD. Should you need more memory and storage space, you have the option to upgrade to a maximum of 24GB of RAM and up to 2TB of SSD storage, although this will increase the price to a whopping $2,500. It's worth noting that regardless of the configuration, all MacBook Air 15-inch M2 models feature the same powerful M2 chip with an 8-core CPU and that same 10-core GPU. The MacBook Air 15-inch inherits the sleek design language of its smaller sibling, featuring a flat uniform chassis with flat edges. Despite its larger size, it remains impressively thin and light, measuring 13.4 by 9.3 by 0.45 inches and weighing just 3.3 pounds. Apple claims it's the thinnest 15-inch laptop available, outshining competitors like the Samsung Galaxy Book 3 Pro 360. The weight distribution is excellent as well, making it easy to carry with one hand, and is way better on your back when having it in a backpack. I was surprised at how light the whole setup was while in my book bag, since I'm so used to my bulky 16-inch MacBook Pro. Its machined aluminum chassis provides durability, and the smooth finish adds to the overall appeal. Opening the lid is effortless thanks to the strong hinge that glides very smoothly. The laptop feels well built and boasts a visually pleasing design. But when it comes to ports and I/O, it is a bit lackluster, especially for content creators and photographers who will likely need to buy separate adapters for items such as SD memory cards. The MacBook Air 15-inch shares a similar minimalistic port selection with the 13-inch younger brother. It features 2 Thunderbolt 4/USB 4 ports and a MagSafe power adapter on the left-hand side. On the right side, you'll find a headphone jack, providing convenience for wired headphone users, which is especially important for individuals such as DJs. While it's nice to see the inclusion of MagSafe charging, some users may find the limited number of ports slightly disappointing. Given the larger size of this laptop, it could have accommodated additional ports. Like, come on, Tim Apple. I know it wasn't because of size constraints. We all know it was a move to save on cost, but whatever. Considering it's a larger variant of the 13-inch model, the port selection isn't entirely surprising. The 15-inch MacBook Air M2 features the same scissor-style keyboard Mac users have come to love over the years, and is a highly responsive keyboard, which stands out as one of its best features. The keys offer a satisfying level of snappiness, and the travel distance strikes a balance that allows for comfortable typing. The typing experience is comparable to some of the best mechanical keyboards currently available, enabling fast and accurate typing. The trackpad on the 15-inch model has been increased in size from the 13-inch variant, resulting in improved usability, which is awesome. When it comes to trackpads, larger is always better, because performing gestures such as swiping, scrolling, and pinch to zoom are effortless thanks to that additional space. But this laptop's main selling point is its enlarged 15.3-inch Liquid Retina display. It delivers bright and colorful images at a sharp native 2880 by 1864 resolution. In my experience, it's great for watching videos, web browsing, photo editing, and more. It is estimated to reach a maximum peak brightness of 500 nits and covers an estimated 99% of the P3 color gamut, resulting in a beautiful and immersive display. My girlfriend recently put me on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and streaming content on this machine is such a treat. The enlarged display is great as well for whenever I'm photo editing or video editing, seeing as the extra screen real estate allows for more content being displayed all at once. What is odd to me is the notch. Like, I don't understand why it's there. Face ID is not a feature the Air boasts, and it does have Touch ID integrated into the keyboard, but like not even the Pro models have Face ID, and those have a notch as well. All that's up there is a 1080p camera that is good enough for video calls, but I don't know, I'm not a fan of the notch, but I guess you get used to it pretty quickly. This new Air now boasts a notable audio upgrade compared to its 13-inch counterpart, featuring a 6-speaker sound system. This enhancement surpasses the already impressive 4-speaker system of the 13-inch M2 model. The sound quality of the 15-inch laptop is nearly on par with the latest MacBook Pros, which also sport a 6-speaker sound system, but the Air does not have the small perforations that flank both sides, and instead the sound is dispersed all around the chassis, resulting in surprisingly decent bass and audio levels. I will be making a dedicated 13-inch M2 Air versus 15-inch M2 Air, and I will cover the differences in sound quality. But for now, overall sound quality is significantly improved compared to the 13-inch Air. Take my word for it. And now on the topic of performance, thanks to its powerful Apple M2 processor, the MacBook Air 15-inch can handle almost anything you throw at it. During my testing, I had upwards of 20 open tabs simultaneously while running a YouTube video and editing photos on Photoshop. The laptop not only kept on chugging without missing a beat, but it remained cool to the touch the entire time. Over on Geekbench, we can see the M2 found inside provides impressive performance that's more than adequate for the casual consumer. It boasts an impressive 2628 on single core and an even more powerful 10038 on multi-core, ensuring that your MacBook Air 15-inch will run at tip-top speed even when doing moderate multitasking. However, for those wanting to use the MacBook Air 15-inch for gaming, I'd say you may want to reconsider due in part to the lack of support from many third-party developers. Still though, I think many people are fully aware there are better options out there for gaming laptops. But for the majority of individuals, the 15-inch Air will supply enough power for almost everything you throw at it, from photo editing, video editing, music production, and more. Stay tuned, as I do plan on doing several performance comparison tests between this Air versus the M1 Air and even my M1 Max Pro and more. And the only way to not miss out is by hitting that subscribe button down below. And now, I know we previously discussed battery, but Apple does boast that the 15-inch Air has a staggering 15 hours of basic web browsing, which is the same as the 13-inch M2 Air. That's more than enough to easily power through an entire day and still have battery to spare. Apple Silicon laptops are famous for having superb battery conserving capabilities. Clearly, dimming down the display's brightness will equate in more battery life, but even at near full brightness, I've noticed that only after an hour of use, the battery only drops by like 6 to 7 percentage points. But don't worry, you've come to the right channel. Very soon I'll be releasing a battery drain test on the entire MacBook Air line. You're really not going to want to miss it, so definitely stay tuned. But one new thing we get, as mentioned in the unboxing, is it comes with that 35-watt dual USB-C compact power adapter. What's great about this particular adapter is that you can plug in another device at the same time. Like I mentioned, you can choose a standard 70-watt charger at no additional cost, though this adapter only has a single port for charging. Remember, the 15-inch Air has that fanless design, but even when editing on Final Cut Pro, plus watching YouTube, plus having my technical analysis charts open, and then some, the Air never gets hot and chugs along just fine with absolutely zero hiccups. So in the end, what's the verdict? Well, when it comes to the MacBook Air 15-inch M2, it for sure is not revolutionary, but it stands out as one of the top choices among 15-inch laptops currently available. Its reliable performance for everyday computing, coupled with a well-suited 15-inch display for multimedia consumption and web browsing, make it a stellar option. With an impressive 15-hour battery life and an elegant design, the MacBook Air 15-inch M2 emerges as a clear winner, especially considering its price point of $1299. If a smaller MacBook is more up your alley, the $1099 MacBook Air M2 offers similar performance. Alternatively, those seeking higher performance can explore the entry-level $1999 MacBook Pro 14-inch 2023 variant. If Apple isn't your preference, the Dell XPS 15 OLED starting at $1299 also serves as a great alternative. All things considered, the MacBook Air 15-inch deserves serious consideration. It currently sets the bar in terms of price and performance among Apple laptops. But I want to know what you guys think. I know many of my viewers have experience with MacBooks, especially MacBooks with the Air moniker. So I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts down below. I love this machine and would recommend it to everyone because of just how much value you get to squeeze out of it. I'll be working on that battery drain test next, so stay tuned, and until next time guys, don't forget to stay hydrated, and I cannot wait to catch you all in my next video.